Hey, happy Good Friday. It's your horror hound Alex here. Welcome back to Alex Talking, and let's talk about A24's newest movie, The Drama, because that is what I just saw this morning. And I'm here to say that I went to this movie only knowing it to be a wedding movie starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson from the director Christopher Bergoli of Dream Scenario was his last movie, and I really, really loved that movie, to be honest. Excuse me. So I have been very much so looking forward to this movie just because I'm a guy that gets sold on movies based off of, you know, the artist attached to it. The scores from Daniel Pemberton. This guy made a movie I liked really well previously. I don't really need to know much more going in. So whenever ads would play on my phone, I would skip them. And I only ever saw the teaser of them getting like photos taken of them and then the like photographer saying, "We'll get it on the day." Uh, I only saw that teaser in theaters. I never really saw anything else for this movie. So that's all to say that this was one of the wildest rides of the year so far. And I'm telling you, go out to theaters and see this thing. The buzz permeating through the theater was such an awkward, dark comedy sense of uncomfortability. Columbia, South Carolina, shout them out. These people always show up for these movies. I'm in Augusta for the next couple months. I guess a month now, but this is where I've been located the past couple months now since my honeymoon, and I just got married in November. So I've been going to the local AMC, which is an hour away in Columbia, South Carolina, and these people always show out for the movies, which is really fun. And they loved the Mario Galaxy movie. Everybody loved that at that theater. Leaving this theater, I could tell some people were like, that was not what I expected. I thought this was not what I expected in the best way possible. It was way better because I thought, like I don't know. The dream scenario guy doing like a wedding movie is like a weird pitch, like I don't know what I was picturing. I was just like, it'll be something interesting probably, and holy shit, was it? It is just something so unexpected. I'm so glad that I did not know the central hook. And if you've seen the movie, if you know, you know. I didn't know. And when a certain scene happens and starts playing out, I was like, yep, this is going to be another great movie from this guy because the way that the tension just ratcheted up in this scene, the way Zendaya has been acting so far, Zendaya's performance is so layered and phenomenal that there are stuff in the earlier parts that make me wonder why she's acting the way she does, and then you realize by the end why. This is just such an interesting movie that has so much to say about the intimacy of our relationships, the difficulty of our partner's past, of dealing with our own past, and how, we deal with trauma and coping with such things, being an impressionable and easily influenced teenager, how much your thoughts actually say about who you are as a person, how much your actions do. There is just so many layers being explored here in a script that doesn't coddle you, that plays itself out in such a unique breath of fresh air. It was just letting itself breathe in every way, letting you think, oh shit, what's coming now? I see this guy in the corner. And then it's actually just something else, and you're going here now because Robert Pattinson couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a crazy movie about, lacking self confidence in who you believe a person to be and not being able to feel justified in your relationship without somebody else telling you that everything's going to be okay. And how does it feel when nobody's telling you it's going to be okay? And it was just, yeah, I really want to talk more about this movie. So I'm going to get into spoilers. Right now, I'm going to say if you haven't seen it, I'm giving this movie a 4 out of 5. Very well could go up on a rewatch. It was a great movie. But now I'm going to get into spoilers. Like I said, I got married last year. That's a spoiler right now. I got married last year, so the better part of the last 2 years of my life have been spent planning for my wedding. And I thought that this was such a fun and engaging watch as somebody who has been doing that, because I just was like, oh, yep, they're practicing for the dance. You know what? She should be wearing her wedding dress because it's a lot heavier in that moment. It's a lot harder to dance. Oh, yeah, you got to go have a talk with them about the food, and they're going to tell you, we really need to finalize it this time. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I said that I liked the shrimp enough the last time. Or, whenever they go to the DJ, the whole DJ situation was a really funny thing in this movie, because I chose to have my friend from Wisconsin, whenever I worked for a summer up in Wisconsin, living in a truck as a whitewater rafting camp photographer. I met a guy up there, and I was like, this guy's an excellent vibe master. I think that he should DJ my wedding. So I reached out to him. He's like, I've never done that, but yeah, sure. And that went great. And I thought about how they were like, well, we can't just get somebody off the street to do it. And I was like, hey, man, I gave the guy a year of prep time, but it still worked for me. So if you need to get rid of your heroin snorting or heroin smoking DJ, then I think that you should call DJ Zay. And if you need him, let me know. I'll give you his link. But no, just all the little minutia and stuff like that was cool. But also, like, thinking about it from the perspective of someone who did just, get married, who did just commit to somebody for the rest of my life, and all the thoughts and feelings that go into doing that, and how you have to feel fully committed to this person and fully trust them and be fully comfortable with them, and seeing how these two people went through the different stages and emotions of not feeling that after finding things out about each other was just so just engrossing in this movie, in the way that truly this might be my favorite Robert Pattinson performance. I thought he was great last year in Die My Love, and of course Good Time and The Lighthouse are two standout performances from him, but he's really vulnerable here, and so is Zendaya. Zendaya brings a new level of vulnerability to every role she does. It's not just, oh, she's doing sex scenes, or, oh, she's getting naked, like, a type of vulnerability that's often acknowledged. It's a completely different type of vulnerability between Challengers and this that Zendaya does, and it's more so just being so bold to take these roles, while also, making time to be in Spider-Man 4, which, and good for her, because she gets to do that with her real life husband. So, I just think it's funny because she's going to be in, like, The Odyssey and Dune 3, and it's like, one of those movies doesn't fit in. But anyways, just because I thought this was great too. She's going to have a great year. And Robert Pattinson's going to be in The Odyssey and Dune 3 with her as well. So, yeah, I thought this was great. I thought the way it ratcheted tension throughout and kept you on the edge of your seat. Absolutely. I thought that wedding was going to end at a shooting. But I thought that the way they went and just let the story play out and let them start over again, can we start over again, tying it back to the beginning of it, was just a great ending, and really, leaves you wanting just to see it again, to get all these different people's reactions. Alana Haim's facial reactions, the man who played her husband, forgive me, I don't know his name, but they both had amazing facial reactions throughout this movie and facial acting. Yeah, I just thought it was a really engrossing and entertaining movie with shocking plot. I could not believe whenever that amazing scene, it's written so well, begins with them saying, what's the worst thing you've ever done before you got married? Okay, I'll start. Oh, I let my ex-girlfriend get bit by a dog because I didn't want to. And it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad. Like, like whatever, it's not like killing someone, but that's like, yeah, a dick thing to do. And then you just, like, in your head, you're thinking, what's this going to lead up to? And then it leads up to Zendaya saying, I almost committed a school shooting. I was like, holy shit. That is just, like shocking. Like, yeah, I was shocked. Like, there's no other way to say it, because I was like, I can't believe Zendaya just said that. I can't believe that's where this movie is going. I can't believe that's what the entire movie became about. My friend said to me afterwards, I texted him, you got to go see it. He was like, I heard it mentions, like, shootings in a really weird way. And I said, honestly, I have no idea how to respond to that other than saying just go see it, because it doesn't just mention them, it's what the whole movie ends up being about. You know what I mean? And like not about shootings, but about the idea of this person thought about doing it and how everybody reacts to that information and how everyone judges her differently and either thinks she's rehabilitated like Robert Pattinson does, or is hoping to think she does even though he can't commit to that thought, or just thinks she's crazy like Alana Haim and it's just like she's a psycho. And he can't feel any security because everybody in his life is telling him she's a psycho, you need to just back out of your wedding. And it's like, well, you know, I got myself to the point where I'm 6 days from getting married. I can't just do that. I gotta re-examine this. I gotta work through it. And boy, Buddy does not do that well at all. But it is entertaining to watch, and I had a great time with it. So that is what I thought of the drama. Let me know what you thought of all that drama down below, and I hope you have a great Good Friday and Easter weekend. Thank you for watching. God bless, and have a great day.